So I had a pretty good time training today. The only thing is I'm trying to recover. So this was kind of a recovery day, trying to recover from all the jump roping and handstand work I've done in the past. So still trying to build up that press handstand strength so I can do the full press handstand. I think I'm almost back at my strength where I'm able to do one again. But I think it'll still take a couple more negatives until then. Now, I'm refining how I do the horse stance here. I'm not really trying to do it for any certain amount of time. I'm just trying to do kind of a Bruce Lee inspired movement. He had talked about expanding the body, doing some expansion. So I'm trying to expand through the pelvis. I'm trying to use my feet and my hips to expand. And then once I feel like I gotten that expansion, I will do a leg lift. And instead of focusing on the number of leg lifts I can do, I'm focusing on gaining a lot of control of the lifted leg. So find the expansion here, and then lift a leg and get a lot of control in it. Straighten it, bend it, really challenge that butt muscle to work on those splits. Now, here is some of the equipment I have just in the center of my home. And I think I'll just do maybe 1 or 2 recordings of these kind of incidental trainings. I have a lot of different ways that I train just frictionlessly in my life. So having a lot of exercise equipment there. One example was to do the shoulder halo like I did. I often incorporate just doing a squat into my daily life. Just as I rest in a squat. I like to chill out there when I'm not in the public eye too much. And sometimes I'll do some calf raises while in the squatted position. So here I'm doing some bodybuilding style training, which means I'm focusing on controlling the eccentric, the lowering part where you go down. Really gain control of it. Then go up as well as you can. Now I'm using quite a lot of range of motion, so I need to be very careful at the full stretch of the bottom of the dip. Then again, I do bodybuilding style pull-ups. Strong on the way up, but very controlled and as slow as possible on the way down to gain as much control and as much muscular damage. Now, I was planning on doing some more leg training today, but I think it would be okay that I rested up a little bit more, and then I'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll do some Nordic curls, very important for bulletproofing the knees. The deer family seems to be growing quite a bit. They're starting to gain a darker color and really getting a lot thicker. But the Nordic curl, which hopefully I'll be able to do tomorrow, is very good for protecting the ACL and the knees. And the weight lifting I demonstrated yesterday with the kettlebell is another way of activating the legs and really getting a nice stimulus and fatigue throughout the legs to recover from. Now, I was trying to do some balancing of the handstand here, but it really didn't quite work, so I ended up doing some hopping. Pretty fun. I'd like to get that a little bit better, but it'll take some time. Oh, here's an example of some squatted calf raises that are good for the stretches, good to warm up the legs before you stretch them out. So if you made it this far in the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help out. All those things really help me get closer to 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost there. So here I'm stretching out the ankle. I'm really trying to get as much bend in the ankle as possible. Healthy ankles are very important because skyscrapers are built on a very sturdy foundation. This is a little squat routine, just working a couple squat poses, but for me, I think this is really far too easy. I need to think about how I'm going to make the squat routine a little better. Maybe I should add some walking around. But most of the squat work is quite easy for me. My hips are quite tired. This is one of the ways I know I'm needing to recover, because doing these splits were very tough. Normally, it's not at all tough. Getting a nice stretching routine is very important to be very personalized to you. You shouldn't really, I guess if it's either do a generic routine that you found from somebody that was prescribed without really taking your whole individuality into account, overdoing nothing is a good improvement, but having a stretching routine that uniquely challenges you and uniquely catered to your abilities and body is very, very important. So, tweak and adjust and craft your own stretching routine, because this is gaining range of motion, but it also teaches you where your body is, how to move each joint. Very important to articulate each one of your joints and figure out how to do that. And I'm starting to finally get the pike position. Today was the only day that I was able to do a pike stretch, and it was feeling not like the worst thing ever. So maybe if I stick with the pike, I'll be able to stretch out from the position pretty nicely. Now with the bridge for me, with the straight arms, it is so much different than with a slight bend. When you fully straighten out the arms, it really is a extreme challenge for me. I can barely hold it. It is very painful in the arms, but I'm working through it, keeping the arms as straight as possible, trying to build up. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.